Welcome to another episode of the series where the thumbnail doesn't give you a clue about what I'm gonna share, and the title of the video doesn't help much either. But still, you clicked, I got you here, and you wonder why people click on those fake news. But shade aside, there is an important quote that I appreciate so much as one of the most important to me, which is there are only two people who can tell you the truth about yourself: an enemy who has lost his temper and a friend who loves you dearly. And I will give you an example. A friend of mine is not a recent situation, and I won't share too much the details because we're not talking about the person itself. Just so an example, she was in a relationship for a long time since her teenage years. They broke up, and she started, when the person is going through a breakup, and she starts, I'm gonna go party and drink and hook up with everyone I see, this kind of things. Now, the problem is not the fact that the person wants to go to a party and drink a little bit. Of course, not, in a healthy state. But this sudden change of behavior, and she's completely out of herself. So, imagine, do you think I would be a real friend to her if I said, yes, go ahead, you can do whatever you want because you're an adult, you know what you're doing? Of course, no. Because even if she is, over 18 and she is responsible, many times we get out of our head, out of our minds. And if we don't have people around us that really, break that state, sometimes it's so hard to get out of it. That's why I'm pretty honest and pretty sincere. I talked to her. You won't do that to yourself. Come on, you're not gonna, you're not worth that. Your value is not only the relationship you just broke up. And I really, you know, click, girl, wake up. And she is so lucky that I'm not the violent type of person, because otherwise I'll be like, a punch in your face, you'll wake up. This is not all you're worth, is not everything. Your life doesn't revolve around this. I know going through a breakup, it is hurtful, and she really expected to have a long relationship with this guy because it was her first boyfriend. But what I want to talk about is that nowadays we really see people saying, oh no, it's her life, she can do whatever she wants because she's an adult, she has responsibility. Yes, but not all the time we are in the perfect state. We are not all the time healthy with healthy thoughts. And if you don't have someone to come up to you and to tell you right into your face what are you about to do, I think that's not a real friendship. I'm so grateful that many times my friends, they came up to me and said, what, yeah, what you think you're doing? Or my parents, they came in, they broke through, and they decided for me in a moment that I couldn't decide. The moment someone comes to you and say, no, you can do whatever you want with your life because you're over 18 and you know what you're doing, the person probably doesn't care. She doesn't care, because who would want to see your friend in a situation that it's putting herself in danger, it's putting herself into bad habits, it's putting herself something risky that she's probably gonna regret. So if you want to be my friend, you really need to know that I'm gonna slap if I have to. If I really have to, I will tell you straight in your face. And I expect you to do exactly the same with me. You can grab me by, my collar, and you can tell me, and, get out of this bullshit. You're not thinking straight. I really expect that. So I really avoid the people that say that I have responsibility over my life, because it's not always true. And that's what I wanted to share.